Hi, everybody. Welcome to Chat and Craft with Lorraine. My name is Lorraine Tierney, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the United States. And tonight I want to make a couple of cards with you, and I want to use a new stamp set and a household item that you might not think of using with your cards or your stamps too much, but it's something that will add a really special touch to our cards. So please, hi Deb, say hello if you're watching and let me know if you're catching the replay. I love to have comments and to hear from people. Hi Michelle. So let me switch my camera over and we'll get started. So this is a new stamp set. It's a online exclusives from July, and it is called Jar of Joy, and it's a Christmas set. It has gingerbread, it has some ornaments, a snowman and snow, and some sentiments. Wishing you the sweetest Christmas, sending a jar full of cheer. That would be great for a thinking of you or a get well card also. And may your heart be filled with joy. And it coordinates with the sweet jar punch that also goes. I had the other set out a minute ago. It was right here. Let me find what I did with it. It goes with the other. I put it back. Imagine that sweet jar set as well. This is the other one. So I thought we'd make a Christmas card. Hi, Jerry. Do you guys have any guesses as to what I might be planning to use for a household item? It is great when there's two stamp sets for a punch. So let's talk about this photo. Hi, Roz. Um, let's talk about these photopolymer stamps, because this one is very easy to kind of distort the shape of your jar. So if you want to get your jar in the intended shape, just kind of let it flop face down on your glass mat or on a piece of paper, and then put your block on top of it and pick it up. And then you'll be sure not to stretch it out or make it go a little bit wonky. So I'm going to use a little early espresso because my card is going to have pool party, early espresso, some real red, and some crumb cake on it. So I'm going to stamp my jar with early espresso. And I'm going to do 2 jars. So I'm going to do another one over here. And I'm doing the jars near the bottom of the paper so that when it's time to punch it, I don't have to reach way up to the top where it won't reach. All right, and let's do a couple of lids while we're here. So the lids are different on the 2 stamp sets. This one is kind of just an outline lid, and this lid is a little more like what would be a metallic lid with a line on it. So you can use either one, but I'm going to use the one that's just a line right now. And I'm going to do one on a piece of pool party. I'm going to do one over here. And I'm going to do one on a piece of real bread. Okay, and we'll just set those aside. But we'll have those ready to go. And now I need to put something in my jars. So I'm going to do some ornaments in one jar, and I think we'll do those in red. I have not stamped with those yet. This will be my first time. So because of these lives with the bauble blooms, and then with this, I've officially started my Christmas cards. Has anyone else started their Christmas cards yet? I think I know one of you who has. And so I'm going to put these right in here. And that's kind of fun. We have some ornaments hanging in our jar. All right. Oh, I'm glad you like the colors, Deb. And then let's do the gingerbread, because who wouldn't want a jar full of gingerbread or cookies? Hi, Mary. Happy Sunday. I'm proud of you for knowing what day it is with a 3-day weekend and all. It's kind of tricky. Okay, so now I want my crumb cake ink. And we're going to do this stamp. I've made a mess over here. We're going to do the gingerbread man and the cookies behind it. Ah, good for you, meeting once a month to make some Christmas cards. Sorry, I can't talk and stamp very well at the same time. So there's my crumb cake. And now let's do the detail part of this. So now I need to put in the gingerbread man's tie and buttons and some detail on the cookies. So I'm going to use red for that as well. And I'm going to have to pull this just a little bit closer so I can line up what I'm doing here. And I'm going to go for lining up the bow tie and the buttons. And then the rest of it will line up because of that. All right. So let's see. Let me cut out this little guy here. And let me cut out this little guy. So nobody has a guess as to what kind of item we're going to use, a household item, huh? Well, we are going to use packaging tape. And the packaging tape is going to give us a nice shine to our jar. So some people have used the fine tip glue pen to put some shine on the jar. I should have ripped my tape off first. And I got a little wrinkle, but that's all right. It's going to come out. I'm going to take well, first things first, I'm going to trim off this excess or else I get glued to my table. Okay, so you can see I've just put a piece of packaging tape right over that. I have a little wrinkle, so I'm just going to take my bone folder and work that wrinkle right down till it goes away. There we go. Okay. And I'm going to rub the whole piece of packing tape nice and flat against the card. There we go. So you can see that that is shiny. I didn't rub it down so hard over here because we're going to punch it out. So now this, I tried it once before I came on camera, and it punched through just like this. I'm going to punch out this jar, trying to get it lined up really well. And then it punches it right out. And it has a nice shine on it. I think you can see that shine. I need to do the lids. So you're going to want to trim off the part of the tape that's hanging over. The tape doesn't seem to make your scissors sticky. It seems to stay on the edge and not come off. Okay, and now I'm going to punch these. Oh, I'm out of Post-it notes in my little Post-it note thingy. Here's another set. And I need a Post-it note to hang on to this in my punch. Okay. So let me there's the red one, and I missed trimming off a little piece. So we'll put that on in a minute. Now, if you don't want to do that, or you think that will be too hard for you to punch, you can just fussy cut with the tape on there. So this one, the tape is bigger, or in the cardstock is bigger than the image that I'm fussy cutting. So all of it has the tape on it, all the stuff around it, all the way. I want to get a little closer. I'm not the world's best fussy cutter. It's really not my thing. Okay, so you can do it like that, or there's lots of ways you can do this. You can punch it. There's no tape on this yet. I can put the tape on it now. Let's do it without wrinkling it this time. Okay. And now I can just trim tape off. There's no cardstock coming off, just tape. So it's really just a matter of personal preference. And you can get pretty close to the edge of your cardstock. I got a big piece of tape stuck here. And go like that. And so you have a nice shiny jar. So it is really kind of cool the way you can do that. And we have a bunch of stamp sets you could do that on. I'm going to show you another card that I did it on in just a minute, but let's put this one together first. Oh, I have one of these card bases, a tent fold card base, and a piece of Real Red, and a piece of Pool Party. And when you have that packing tape on here, the glue is not going to stick real well because it's so shiny. So I would use tear and tape to put your lids on. or glue dots, or you could use seal, but I would not use the liquid glue. Whoops, I did not put that on very well. Maybe I didn't stamp the jar very well. Having a hard time. There we go. That's how I want it. So let me put another little bit. This is tear and tape that's left over from a kit. It's a little thinner than the one we usually have. So it works great on these lids. I don't have fingernails, so I can't pick that up. Let's see. Okay. And we'll put this one on here. If you've been looking for Christmas paper to use these days, because there really isn't one in the online exclusives, I've been using the Nests of Winter paper a lot. That's what this one is. The birds are on the back. And so I did this one ahead of time so you didn't have to watch me do 3 jars. This one has the sentiment on it for me. So maybe I want to go this way and put my jars like this, but I think I want a little bigger piece of the Nests of Winter paper. You should see my cutter right now. I have everything piled on top of my cutter. So I need to move these things out of the way. Yes, hopefully you have some clear packing tape in your stash, and then you can use it. So I'm going to go 2 inches by 5 1/4. And I was also thinking of embossing the top part of this card. What do you think? Should I emboss the top of the red just a little bit? Let a little red show through. And then we can have our jars. Yeah, I think I'm going to emboss this with the last embossing folder, the one that doesn't cover the whole thing. This one right here. That's a small embossing folder. So I think, oh my goodness, I can't get it open. I think I want to do some of the top, but not all of the top. Or do I want to do all of the top and have it not be done in the middle? Maybe that's what I'll do. We won't be able to turn it around if I don't like it because my paper will cover it. I want to have I don't want it to meet. I don't want the whole thing to be covered. Okay, let me just run this through. All right. And now we have a little bit of texture on the top there. So I think that will be good. I'm a little crooked, but hopefully by the time we put everything else on there, which way do we want to go? Maybe this way? All right, let's put this on and then we'll play with those. So I really have been enjoying Pool Party. Pool Party and the red Pool Party in Early Espresso is so pretty. It's been really nice. I feel like my go-to colors change from time to time. Does anyone else find that? Your colors change? Okay. We're meeting in the middle anyway, even though I said I wasn't going to meet in the middle. Okay. So let's go like that. Our jars are on the counter and they're staggered a little, and we have lots of jars of fun. Now I can use glue on the back of these because there's no packing tape on the back. It's just cardstock. So I can glue these two down. I'm going to pop this one up. That one's going to go right there. Like I'm going to remember that, right? And then this one, I'm using up all kinds of kit pieces here. I don't remember if this was paper pumpkin or if it was one of the other kits, and you always want to use your edges. Don't give those away. Then we'll have to find some bling to put on here. There we go. There's our thing. So we have some, oh, that's not Pool Party. I think that's Cloud Cover. Let's see what I can find. I think I'll use my white sequins. I really like these Starburst sequins. Well, that was kind of funny. Now it's stuck to my finger. Okay, so let's put a couple of these on. And we'll put one over here. Maybe another one up here. Oh, I think I'm going to get carried away because I like these. And maybe one down here. So these are our sequins. Here's the inside of our card, and let's see if there's a sentiment in this. I could say, may your heart be filled with joy, or sending you a jar full of cheer. What do you think? Let's have our heart be filled with joy. I haven't used that stamp yet either. And that one looks like it's curling a little bit to me, so let's try to get it nice and straight. There we go. And does anyone else save all their little strips of white? I have a lot of these. We'll stamp it on one of those. Oh, we're going to stamp it on the inside. Silly me. Silly me. Hi, Jan. Thank you, Jerry. Thank you, Jan. I think since we're talking about a heart, may your heart be filled with joy. I think I'll do it in red. May your heart be filled with joy. There we go. Isn't that pretty little script? Looks like you just wrote that yourself. So there's the packaging tape technique on the jars, giving those a little bit of shine. And then I also did it on the baubles. Can you see the shine on that? they look really pretty, I think, with that. This is the stamp set that I'm using for an virtual online Christmas retreat at the end of July. And this one you have to put two pieces of tape across it, but you really can't see where the seam is. As long as you take your own folder, and give things a good press with that. And then the other thing I was thinking that you could use the packaging tape on are all these um, beverages from the Cheers and Sips. Let's cut one of those out quickly. I'm just going to cut this refreshing looking drink. Looks like maybe it's a little cranberry and orange juice. And let's see how that looks with a little shine on it. I'm going to put that on. And I'm going to cut it out next. I like having a little bit of extra cardstock or paper to cut with the tape rather than cutting it to size first, then taping it, then trimming it again. This way you only have to trim it once and you know your tape is right where you want it. Okay, and then I'll take my bone folder and you can see how nice and shiny that looks. And it would look really pretty on the front of your card like that. So I hope you'll look around at what kinds of stamp sets you have in your stash at home. And I hope you'll give it a try, either with the sweet jar or with the baubles or with the Cheers and Sips. So thank you for joining me tonight. I appreciate you being here. And if you have any questions or I can help you make cards at home, I would love to do that. If you don't have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, I'd love to be yours. All right, have a great rest of your Sunday night, and I'll see you in a couple of days. Bye-bye.